Welcome to Correct Question. I'm your host, David Jackson. Our topic this episode has had passionate discourse ever since it was included in the Bill of Rights. That is, the right to bear arms. Due to the unique way the Second Amendment was written, many debate its applied meaning. Some say the right to bear arms applies strictly to the states and their militaries or militias. Others argue the amendment was written to allow individual citizens the right to possess firearms. The reality of guns in America today appears to be a balance of both of these ideas. We also want to hear other people's perspectives, so let's see what they think. So what are your thoughts on gun rights?
I feel that while we should partially restrict certain gun rights, I feel like there should be an assault rifles ban because citizens don't really need assault rifles. I feel that there should be a basic right to some weapons for self-defense, but I feel like the First Amendment right is kind of being taken out of context when people say that they can keep like a cannon at their house, for lack of a better word, because we don't really need, it's not like that anymore. We don't really need those kinds of weapons for self-defense anymore.
Gun rights is a definite issue in America right now. There's a lot of people talking about, how to regulate firearms that don't necessarily know the best way to go about doing that. I think that there's definitely rhetoric going around that it's okay that we're having these crises that we definitely shouldn't be having. Something needs to change, but nothing's changing. And the people who are allowing that to happen are just kind of talking in circles, saying we can't politicize this when we probably should.
Okay. So when you think about solutions to our gun problems, what are some things you think that we could be doing as a society to make this issue, absolve the issue?
Absolutely. I don't think that nothing will fix this. It's systemic. I mean, we have more guns than people in America right now. I don't think the issue is trying to eliminate guns. I think the issue is we have this problem now and we should probably learn how to deal with it. We have to be aware of how many guns are out there and try to figure out how we can live in a society where we have this many weapons just around.
And for the people that are possibly uncomfortable with the reality of the number of guns and the roles they play, what would you say to those people? What could we do to help calm those fears?
I don't know if there's anything that would really work. If you're going to school and you're afraid that someone's going to come in with an automatic rifle or any kind of firearm and just start opening fire, I mean, I don't know what you can say to calm someone down like that. There's also something to be said about the others. There's two sides in this country, and one side doesn't really want to be disarmed and one side doesn't want there to be arms at all. I don't know how to reconcile those two differences.
It's no secret that many Americans are quite fond of their firearms. In fact, a Pew survey found that 4 in 10 Americans live in a gun-owning household. And it appears personal safety and security is the main reason why some Americans choose to own guns, as that same survey revealed that 67% of gun owners use them for protection. Smaller shares of people say they own their guns for things like hunting, sport shooting, or gun collecting. While there may be different partisan approaches to gun policy, Americans are increasingly in favor of stricter gun laws. A Gallup poll conducted in the fall of 2018 noted that 6 out of 10 Americans support stricter gun rules. Calls for gun reform have also coincided with an uptick in gun-related deaths. In the year of 2017, the CDC observed more gun-related deaths than any year since 1993, nearly 40,000. So it's no surprise that many are calling for more responsibility around gun laws. Oftentimes, gun debates are sparked by the unfortunate reality of mass shootings. Mass shooting typically refers to a shooting which results in the deaths of a number of individuals in an isolated location, like a school or shopping plaza. These events dominate headlines and demonstrate how people irresponsibly obtain and use firearms. According to the FBI, since the early 2000s, active shooter incidents have steadily increased. And while events like mass shootings account for only a small portion of all gun-related deaths, they certainly have prompted some of the largest public demands for changes in gun policy. since 60% of Americans want tighter gun laws, then there will need to be support for more legislation and initiatives aimed at ensuring responsible gun ownership. Currently, many legislators and advocacy groups have called for increasing protective measures to prevent guns from landing in the hands of the wrong people. Proposals have included comprehensive background checks on gun purchases, banning assault weapons, passing red flag laws, which temporarily allow courts to remove firearms from dangerous individuals, and even raising the minimum age to purchase guns from 18 to 21. As of right now, Americans can and do buy and own guns quite freely. So since there's not much legislation to protect you from dangerous gun owners or poor gun handling, it really becomes up to you to be the solution. If you are a gun owner, educate yourself on gun handling and safety, ensure guns are stored in a safe location, respect the power of your gun, and always follow the laws regarding gun use. If you're not a gun owner, nor educated on gun use, always ensure safety and responsibility are your highest priorities in the presence of firearms. This has been Current Question. I'm your host, David Jackson. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, check out some of our other videos too.